Welcome to episode 95 of Instant Expertise Marketing and part 3 of our 8-part mini-series on real-life examples of how sales and marketing teams can use AI to double productivity and get work done faster and easier and oftentimes better. I'm Yvette Brown, co-founder of XPROMOS. I became an entrepreneur at 23 by starting a promotions agency with my then 29-year-old business partner, Sherry Nomadi. Sherry and I not only use generative AI every single day, but we are continuing to urge all of our knowledge worker friends to prioritize upskilling on AI like your job depends on it, because we really think it does.
And I'm Sherry Nomadi. Yvette and I approach business from opposite ends of the spectrum, and we always come to the same conclusions on how to help our clients succeed. As Yvette said, we're in the middle of an 8-part mini-series that will conclude with our 100th episode. Woo! As Yvette said, this is part 3 of the 8-part mini-series where we are switching between sales and marketing. And part 3 is focused on marketing. In each episode, we demonstrate how the standard AI models can help you double or more your productivity, whether you're a sales and marketing executive or you're on the front line.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see our demos as we work through them on ChatGPT. If you are listening, we promise to do our best to be clear about what we're doing so you can follow along and kind of understand what is possible.
Well, with that, now that we've explained what it is, let's show them. Let's do this.
That sounds awesome. Let me share my screen for our viewers, and we're going to get going. So what we're going to do today with the sales group is we're going to look at building a role plan for an SDR at an enterprise software company. And the way we're going to do this is through a little GPT that our group has built. I mention this because this is the type of thing that we teach people that go through our AI training how to do themselves to help accelerate any activity that you do regularly, whether it's, a month-end closing or a report or a performance review or anything where you can actually do it regularly. We have learned that you can build your own GPT at one time in about the time it takes you to do it manually, and then it's going to accelerate every single time you do it after that. So in this case, this is our GPT for building role plans. I'm going to type in, it's actually asking me, it's saying, hey, I'm here to help you analyze the impact of AI on the roles in your organization. To begin, put in the role that you'd like to analyze, and I will take it from there. So I'm going to say an SDR at an enterprise software company. We found that the 3 things that really matter are your title, the size of your company, and the industry. And those are the things that are kind of helpful in, getting these really tight out of the gate. This 8x8 role plan is based on the Karada method, which is what Shohei Ohtani learned from his mentor, that's helped make him one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And it's basically built on the idea that if you want to do one thing, be the best at one thing in the world, there's probably 8 things that relate to that you need to be the best at. And then within those 8 areas, there's probably 8 things related to each one that you need to master as well. And so with that in mind, this is kind of how we have built this. So in the case of an SDR at our enterprise software company, it's suggesting that the key areas to focus on that an SDR delivers is related to lead generation, outbound campaigns, qualification, pipeline management, CRM management, market research, reports and analytics, and skills development. I actually kind of feel like this has got kind of a Jeopardy vibe going on.
Yeah, it does totally.
Right? And so under each of those, we've got 8 different things related to each of those competencies. Like in lead gen, we have warm lead lists and targeted contact base. In qualifications, we have objection handling playbooks and pain point mapping documents. Market research is industry trend reports, buyer journey maps, et cetera, et cetera. If you're an SDR or know of one, you're probably likely going to say, yeah, that's looks pretty much a lot like my role. So we find that creating this role plan is really a great way to map out what you do, what deliverables you do, and then we can get into the meat of how AI can help you. So in this case, for purposes of demonstration, we're going to show you one deliverable that AI can do for you faster and easier. But the fact is, it can help you with all 64 of these things, and you just have to ask it how. So Sherry, I'm going to turn this over to you. Why don't you give me one thing that you would like me to drop in and find out about?
Yvette, I'm going to take CRM best practice guides for 500 today.
There you go. I love that. Maybe you'll get a daily dole. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. That's what we need. We need a promotional vibe with this, right? So
That's right.
Oh,
Well,
see, like this is what happened.
man.
Now you made it mad. We got an error. Let me just
They
try
got mad
again.
at me.
Okay, phew. Okay, we're all good. We're back on it. To me, this is one of the most fun parts about generative AI is that, every time you do it, it is different to a certain extent. And, it's not perfect. But working with it, you can see that as you go. So the first thing it's going to do is it's giving me 10 different ways that it can help an SDR create a CRM best practices guide. And it's relying on the 10 different ways that ChatGPT can help you, which you probably don't know only because about 99% of the people don't know this, is that it's not just text to text input. You can actually do text to image, text to code, text to file. You can do voice to text, web to text, file to text, like all of these things, voice to voice. These are all possible with your base model AI, which is pretty darn cool. So in the case of this, and this is kind of a fun one, it's for image to text. It's suggesting that AI can actually analyze screenshots of your CRM dashboard or your workflow or your error messages, and it will convert them to an actionable text for a guide. It says, for instance, how to correct data duplicates, could use annotated CRM visuals for clarity. Okay. For me, this is one of my favorite uses of AI, actually, is that when you need to fix that one thing, some annoying digital problem you have, whether it's, I was trying to get a footer off of a web page that I created, and I don't do it regularly enough to know how to do that. I literally just said, hey, we've got Elementor, we have WordPress, this footer's showing up. What the heck? How do I get rid of it? And without me having to spend an hour and a half of frustrating time trying to figure it out, boom, like that. It said, hey, just go here, click here, choose this, and boom. And I'll be darned, that's exactly what it did. If you think about, if you're like me and you do things like that somewhat regularly, these one-off type things, the time I save alone and frustration that it saves me is absolutely, worth its weight in gold. Don't tell the AI people because I don't necessarily want to pay more for it right now. So in any event, it's gone through all of these different things that it can do, but we asked for a guide and we need some better steps with that. So now it's actually going to give us a process to use to get to that guide, and it's going to give us the prompt we need at every single step of the process to get this thing done. So it's starting out with step 1, which is describing the deliverable. And this prompt says, don't do anything yet. We are creating a detailed and professional CRM best practices guide for SDR at this enterprise software company. Obviously, you can put the name of your company in. This guide should include sections on data hygiene, lead management, workflow optimization, and CRM reporting. Ensure the guide is actionable, visually appealing, and includes practical examples. Our goal is to help SDRs improve productivity and data accuracy in the CRM. Let me know when you're ready to proceed. Okay, this prompt is kind of ready to go. However, if you feel like you want something else or you don't want to focus on workflow optimization, or you want to talk about CRM reporting in, HubSpot or like whatever it is, you can adjust this. But the point is, it's already telling you what to tell it to get you to the next step of getting this thing done. Step 2 is defining the structure. And again, in this case, it's suggesting that you include a title page, a table of contents, introduction, and at least 4 detailed sections. Each section should include subheadings with bullet points for clarity. Now, you guys saw me. I didn't write this. This is AI tapping into its own brain using best practices of how to create a guide like this. And, it's kind of outlining what that could look like. Next, step 3 is drafting the introduction. And it's saying, write an introduction, explain the purpose, the importance, and an overview of what the reader will learn. Use a professional and engaging tone. Okay, I love that. As a writer, I only request things that have an engaging tone, because when I read things that aren't, it bores me, and it's annoying, and it doesn't have to be that way. So this is a great suggestion by the AI right here. Step 4 is to create the data hygiene section, and it kind of goes into some details on that. Then step 5 is develop the lead management section. It says explain how to use the CRM to track and nurture leads effectively. Include tips on prioritizing leads, using tagging or segmentation features, and maintaining consistent follow-ups. Add practical examples. Again, this is great. If you have something to add to this, this is great. But the point is, it's already kind of giving you a great framework for this. Step 6 is build the workflow optimization section, kind of like the same thing as the lead management. Step 7, add the CRM reporting section, and you can include examples of key reports they should generate regularly and help identify bottlenecks, monitor pipeline health, etc. Step 8, and again, this is a copy and paste, is to enhance with visual elements. Suggest visual elements to include in the guide, such as flowcharts, graphs, annotated screenshots. Provide a description of each visual and its purpose, such as a flowchart for the lead qualification process. Again, very comprehensive and complete. Step 9 is add a summary and a call to action. And then step 10 is finalize and format the guide. Combine all these sections into a finalized professional format. Suggest formatting options for fonts, headings, and bullet points. Ensure it's easy to read and visually appealing. Now, additionally, what we've learned is that AI gets even better when you ask it to relook at something that you've created or it's created to make it better. And you can ask it to make it better with a specific concern in mind, right? Like you want to make it a little bit more engaging, or you want to make it, more professional, or you want to make it easier to read, like whatever it is, it will do that for you, iteratively as much as you'd like it to do. And usually when you ask it to do something a second time, it really does come up with something better. So now that it's given us these prompts, we're going to run you through real quick a time study. And again, this is something we've built into this GPT. And it basically looks at those 8 competencies of the SDR. And it's sort of giving us a best practices, it looks at this deliverable of the CRM best practices guide. It's suggesting it might take you around 20 hours to get this done without AI. And with AI, it can get it done for you in less than 5. So that's great. And you're thinking, wow, 5 hours is awesome, but I'm still super busy. Well, remember when we started this, we showed you a role plan for an SDR where you had 64 different deliverables. So what if you used AI across all 64? Well, we ask AI how it can help you and how much time it could save. What we've found, believe it or not, is that although the numbers are mind-blowing, it will actually generally save you even more time than it's suggesting. So in this case, based on a 160-hour work month, an average work month, it's figuring that the things that you do from lead gen to outbound campaigns, all those things that add up to 160 hours, you could cut that down to 47 hours with AI. It can literally save you 113 hours. That has a huge impact on your productivity. As Sherry said, it's in your case, it's not just doubling it, it's actually a 71% savings in time, which is pretty mind-blowing. And this is the reality of what we're seeing with people that have gone through training. And that's kind of the bigger picture of why it's so important for you to have a foundational understanding of what AI can do. This wasn't with a shiny object tool. This wasn't with some super expensive paywalled scenario. This is with, garden variety ChatGPT. We have a paid account and that's it. And when you ask it the right questions, it can show you exactly how it can help you get things done faster, easier, and oftentimes better.
Really, it is better most of the time because with your knowledge and the knowledge of AI, that combination is just something that you don't have. So of course it's better. You might have to polish it or refine it, but you get to the best product that you're going to deliver much faster. Yvette already showed you the time study. I don't have to explain that, but that's how much time you save in a month. So can you imagine if you're delivering these deliverables, reports, results to your management team that much faster every single month with your deliverables? Can you imagine not only the impact that you're having on the organization, but that might result in a bigger salary for you? And more importantly, it's probably going to result in job security. Because how could a company let someone like you go when you're delivering that many deliverables better and faster? You're just getting better results for the company. And we're here to tell you that AI is coming, it's here, and it's not going to stop. So get skilled up and start using it every single day with intention. Yvette spoke a lot about the prompting. And the reason we say use it every day and with intention is because it's a mind shift. You have to think about, what do I need today and how will I use chat or AI to help me deliver that? And you get better at it when you use it every single day. And so that's what we challenge you to do.
Yeah. And, I love when we're talking about it specifically with sales and marketing teams, because we're the folks that understand that, especially in sales and marketing, really, it's a numbers game, right?
Mhm.
So, as an SDR, there are those bottlenecks where you're trying to do those custom touches to folks and you're doing your nurturing and all of that. And we know they have to be personalized and all of that. With AI, you can personalize at scale. And once you know how to do that, you literally can touch twice as many people in that same block of time that you have been in the past, easily. And that alone is going to make a difference in how many deals, come your way, how many deals get closed. Like there's so much incremental value that I think the sales and marketing people see in particular. And, we see the big picture of it. We have a full training course that's 9 hours of training that gets you through all the fundamentals. But, what we want to do now before the end of the year is we really want to get you started. We want to get you to see what's possible for yourself because everybody is different. So we've created a special year-end gift. And basically, this is to get your own set of role-specific prompts to help you complete your role deliverables faster and easier with AI. And this special offer it's under $300, like $297, I think. And it includes 128 different deliverables and KPIs and things like that. You can get details on that at xpromos.com/AI, or you can see the details in the show notes below. We'd love you to grab it just so you can get going and really go into 2025 eyes wide open and start using this in your daily work with intention, because it's here, it's going to make a big difference, and it's really going to put you ahead of those who aren't doing it yet.
And the prompting is the key to getting better. And here we are, we're giving you the prompts that we and our team have been working on for months and months. So it has a lot of deep thinking to get you the greatest results. So go check it out. And thanks for listening to part 3 of our 8-part mini series. We're going to go back to part 4 and marketing. That's up next. So join us for that one.